Sit down.
Thank you. In my coat.
In this chair, in your coat if you like. The heat is not working.
Because the heater is broken, or the money source is broken.
What difference?
May I ask?
You don't care one way or the other whether you have my permission to ask. So, please.
Boris Leonidovich Pasternak?
Yes, you know that. Yes. You have my picture. This is my address and so on.
I'm not mocking you. It's a formality to confirm your identity. That you're the right person.
Am I the right person?
Yes. You are well? No need for hostility, reticence. You have some foreboding, some fear that I'm here.
You're going to try and take away that prestigious prize I have not yet gotten.
Ah. Still, you could offer tea or something stronger.
Tea? Yes.
Times are difficult for writers such as you.
Are you interested in writers? You write.
Not really. I'm interested in what I'm told to be interested in. One writer at this time, you.
What, you'll write notes of our conversation, so you're...
No notes by me. I will report, and someone will write them. So they have exactly the right tone. You've written enough for both of us. I've come to discuss your novel.
Have you read it?
Of course not. Forgive me.
Why, of course. What are the tools of your trade, if not reading glasses and a pen?
This and my inquiring mind are my main tools. You're a writer. What would you call me? I hear the word in your subconscious. A thug.
No.
Nothing to worry about. It's fine. Now, the Writers' Union, they are writers.
In a manner of speaking.
They very strongly, thoughtfully, and thoroughly condemned your novel, Dr. Zhivago.
I haven't read it either.
To enjoy a book, you have to read it, but to condemn it, you do not. The real issue...
I suppose they were told to condemn?
The important question, for now, is how and why did your novel get smuggled out of our glorious country so that it could be published abroad?
In Italy, by...
I was not told to deal with what happened after it was smuggled out, except that it was smuggled out and published abroad, all against the law.
I want no trouble. What do you want?
You want no trouble. Then trouble is what you don't want. What do you want?
No trouble, absolutely not.
And you're willing to do what is necessary to avoid trouble?
Yes, absolutely.
That's what I read about you. Yes.
Read where? Read what?
Frankly, that you are a coward. Not my word, of course. I'm here to make sure.
What does it mean to be a coward or to make sure? Where could you possibly read such a thing?
It's in your file, of course.
Nothing like that is in my file. How dare you? It must be a mistake.
Put there by the leader himself. Now deceased, but still, the leader made no mistakes. You agree?
The leader Stalin? Of course not. He put notes in my file.
Put there at his direction. You remember the affair with that dissident, of course.
I remember. I had nothing to do with his arrest.
Who was your best friend, or close to it? He was arrested.
An associate. I had nothing to do with his arrest.
That's what you told everybody then, and still now, although no one ever asked.
I wanted to be clear that his arrest...
Certain individuals wondered why you would think people would jump to the conclusion.
He and I had talked just prior to
He
it.
told you certain things.
Nothing. He told me nothing.
The leader himself was surprised. Amused by all the noise on the subject, one dissident or another, he dealt with so many. But he phoned you. Do you remember that? A rare event.
Stalin called, I remember. Actually, an agent called, and when he was sure it was me on the phone, Stalin came on the line.
Stalin himself. You realize the honor paid you. So many dissidents, without a word.
Yes,
And he expected that you might support. He was surprised that you found nothing to say in support of your friend.
I didn't get the chance. I was just getting around to it when the leader hung up.
You had already had more time with the leader, as I understand it, than anyone had a right to expect. In any case, the leader directed that the note be put on your file.
What note?
That you're a coward, did not find anything to say in support of your friend.
Okay. Years ago now. And what difference has that made?
Maybe you're alive because of it. The assumption has always been that you would never do anything serious against the state. Very clever of you.
Why would I?
Even your mistress.
She is my...
Whatever she is, a love, a mistress, an experiment on which to base your novel.
You haven't read my novel.
I've been briefed. But you should be pleased that someone has read it. Even your mistress.
She is not my mistress.
When your angry wife went to her apartment to confront her, she was so sick that your wife took pity on her and took her to the hospital. Quite a woman. Quite a heart.
My so-called mistress?
No, your wife. Even your mistress has been in prison for questionable political activities while you...
She should never have... Where is she?
It makes no difference now. But she is. And you continue to insist, I hear, whenever you can, is just now, that you had nothing to do with that dissident's arrest or anything else.
I didn't. I don't know what his crimes against our mother Russia were, but I am loyal.
But you know he committed crimes. Never mind. But loyalty comes up in your files.
My files?
Because of what your files say. In particular, that you are Jewish.
Born Jewish? But brought into the Russian Orthodox Church?
Frankly, our Soviet Union is not crazy about that church either.
And I have written within that inspiration.
But is being Jewish something you can stop being? That troubles some people.
I have no ethnicity except that I am Russian.
One can't be faulted for that. But again, you have never found anything within you that might say a word in support of your Jewish friends. Is there a pattern here?
Of cowardice? Are you a coward too?
All men are cowards, in one way or another.
That pistol, the tool of your trade. Have you killed a man?
Understand, one does not kill a man or a woman. Once the enemy has been identified as vermin, miscreants, whatever they are called, then they can be killed.
Why are you here?
Maybe to have another cup of tea, if I might.
Of course. And what friends are you talking about, my Jewish friends?
When I was a boy, I thought of my father as a friend. Your father was Jewish. Fine painter, an illustrator, and good friends of Leo Tolstoy.
Great admirer, yes.
I've seen portraits your father did of you and Tolstoy. Very fine likenesses, I understand. Well, in your case, I can see.
Likeness is not the only merit a painter pursues.
Perhaps not. I am even less of a painter than a
Writer.
And your mother, a fine concert pianist, it says in the file, was also Jewish, with Rachmaninoff, amongst others, coming to your house to share music.
I wanted to be a musician once, myself. I wanted to play as they did.
I wanted to be things too, but
I did not have the talent.
few do. But still, No wonder you love our country so much, having grown up with our finest.
We could pay more attention to Tolstoy's philosophy. It would do the motherland good.
As I understand it, and I am not a philosopher, some of Tolstoy's ideas are tolerated, as your father would have liked.
You dredge out these memories, some so bitter my mouth is as dry as the desert and my throat is hot. Some so dear my eyes tear. My mother, father.
And that dissident friend of yours.
What do you want?
I want to know about your novel, Dr. Zhivago, and the Nobel Prize.
The greatest honor that a writer or anyone can dream of. They've been talking about that in relation to my name for years now because of my previous work.
They've awarded it based on this novel, smuggled, published abroad, all against the law. I was wondering how long you could control your coughing. You did very well.
What do you know about my coughing?
I've seen your medical records, if that's what you mean.
How could you? My doctor is a close associate, a friend.
Your doctor may be a close friend, but your records are just records. Your friendship is yours, but your records belong to our great Soviet Union. No one is above this principle.
Throat problems. You have brought them on.
And you have written to the Nobel Committee and accepted that precious prize.
Of course. A great honor for me and for all of Russia.
Are you sure? The prize's purposes, I am told, is to embarrass our glorious Soviet Union.
Because it was not published here?
Because your novel mocks us.
Who?
You. Me. All of our comrades and countrymen. The motherland. So I'm told.
It mocks no one, really, if you read it correctly.
I haven't read it. I won't have time to. As we said, I'm not a reader. But people say it mocks our state, and that's what's important.
What people say?
The Writers' Union. They say you should be sent into exile to your capitalist paradise.
They do not see art as I do.
Art. Art is utilitarian today, is it not? They feel that strongly. Do you disagree?
A thug who knows philosophy more. Education, inspiration are also valid reasons for art.
Strictly utilitarian, they say. But sometimes art may glorify what is appropriate to be glorified, like the leader, for instance. Have you seen the new portrait in the square?
You mock me. Pretend to know nothing. Who knows what you know? Meantime, I am sentenced to exile.
Not yet a sentence. A possibility. And besides, think of the positives, the pleasures, the honors.
Yes. I could exchange ideas, even pleasantries with free intellectuals, visit the university where I studied. Openly read and discuss writings I've heard so much about.
See the attractions of exile? Many would herald you a hero, critic of our great strides.
If I'm such a critic, how can I also be a coward?
Ah, the nuances. Some say you have subtly exposed every weakness and error of our great motherland. Others that you have compromised everything for your comfort. Still, think of all that you'd enjoy abroad, amidst the capitalist confusion and the fine food.
What do you know about the food? Have you been abroad?
On assignment, I ate only what I had to, of course.
I would miss Mother Russia too much.
How long? With a cough like that at your age, not too long.
How long is not too long?
It would be better to ask your doctor than me.
You would lie in any case. And my family, my sons, my daughter.
Your sister's already abroad, and the others have committed no crimes deserving of exile.
So they stay. How do I know if I If I was exiled, then I would not be looked upon as disobedient, unpatriotic. I might be imprisoned. Maybe all this talk is just a trap.
We might never know, you and I. The alternative is to write a letter renouncing the capitalist Nobel Prize. Decline it.
This prize is the greatest honor a writer or his country or his people can wish for.
Indeed. Some say the Soviet people wrote this novel.
My novel will be prized in the future in spite of our talk, regardless of what I do. Maybe a new era is beginning with new heart. A silent age, unheralded, but growing without our notice.
This conversation, too, will go unnoticed and be forgotten. So, if you're a writer, write the letter. Decline the award.
You will have your letter.
No! That was too easy. You can't think of a good word to support even yourself, to stay in your cherished motherland and still get your prize?
What?
What difference does your suffering make? A few years here or there. This prize is a great honor for our country. Capitalist though it be, how dare you turn it down?
What? You want me to defy the authorities and accept the prize? Accept exile? Is it possible? You really suggest that? Or are you still testing me, taunting me?
Our countrymen have souls. People want recognition of their pain, suffering, and glory.
What people are you talking of?
The common Russian man and woman. As I say, they... We wrote this novel.
You haven't even read it. So now you're the common man, warning me of my duty to the motherland. I thought you were a common thug.
Every profession has its bluff and bluster. I am as common as any other, no more so.
What do you want? Here! This is my weapon! Let me see that tool of yours again.
No, I should not have shown it without good cause. Just a bad joke.
Now, let's see how long, how thick it is. We know how noisy it can be. What do you want? What do you really think about all this, my common man?
My mistake. My apologies. I don't talk about what I want or what I think.
I want to see your gun. Are you too cowardly to show it?
See? There's a hero behind every coward. No matter how hard, one must push and pull to bring him out. That pistol is unloaded. What fool puts a loaded weapon on a table? That is not my business weapon. It is a conversation piece.
This is my business pen. You will have your letter.